I took two studies, one on AI sentiment and one on individualism, and found a strong correlation, but not one you'd expect. Check out this nifty overlay of the data, which I'm quite proud of. Anyway, how this came to be starts with a man's love affair with scrolling through his newsfeed while taking a... As my legs were just starting to go numb, I saw an article from Visual Capitalist posted a few days ago with their most recent visualization on AI research done by Ipsos. We'll go more in depth about the survey and findings in a minute, but after looking at the countries in the research, I recognized countries grouped together that I'd seen before, making a video about Game of Thrones' psychological accuracy. The pertinent takeaway for the matter at hand is that Western Europe and countries that spawned from Western European colonialism have specific psychological traits, most notably individualism. I noticed the most individualistic countries seem to cluster together in their distaste for AI, which was counterintuitive to me. I would assume the democratic Western world of industry and technology would be the most eager to embrace the newest technological paradigm, but Ipsos research proves otherwise. As we talk about this unlikely relationship, I think it'll make sense why individualism doesn't jive with the AI revolution. And at the end, I'll explore whether the Western world's trepidation is based on technological fact or psychological fiction. Let's start with Ipsos research, presented beautifully by this infographic from Visual Capitalist. Ipsos did a 28-country survey of 19,504 adults, aged 18 to 74. Polling took place between November and December 2021, and the results were published January 2022. As Visual Capitalist notes, this survey took place before the recent explosion in popularity of generative AI tools, such as ChatGPT and Midjourney, but forms the foundation for how people view this rapidly improving technology. Ipsos's survey asked multiple questions like, do products and services using artificial intelligence have more benefits than drawbacks? Do products and services using artificial intelligence make my life easier? And will products and services using AI profoundly change my daily life in the next 3 to 5 years? Each question had similar results, and the visualized result seen here is specifically for the first question. China is the most welcoming to AI, with 78% of responders agreeing, yes, AI has more benefits than drawbacks. Saudi Arabia, India, Peru, Malaysia, and other developing countries also strongly agree. Whereas countries like France, Canada, Netherlands, US, and Germany strongly agree the other way, that AI provides more drawbacks than benefits. Visual Capitalist related the survey results to the GDP per capita of each country, and found a correlation where the rich countries are colored more yellow and poor countries are colored more purple. The size of wallets may correlate with AI sentiment, which is important to know. But what about psychology? This leads us to well-known research on individualism. Geert Hofstede executed a 117,000-person survey of IBM employees from 50 countries, asking questions like, how important is it to you to fully use your skills and abilities on the job? And how important is it to you to have challenging work to do, work from which you can get a personal sense of accomplishment? Mind that Hofstede's data didn't look like this. It looked like this. Then it looked like this. And eventually it looked like this. If you like data visualization, Visual Capitalist is the best I've seen. Nonetheless, I'm happy with how mine turned out. A quick housekeeping note. Hofstede's original data is from the early 1970s, but it has been replicated and reinforced multiple times since. This latest data you see here is from 2014. Our world is changing quickly, but to quote Hofstede, it is useful to think of dimensions of culture as changing only slowly, from generation to generation. Dimension scores are like climate data, not like share prices. So 2014 will have to do. Another note. R-squared is a statistical measure that indicates correlation between two variables. In our case of individualism versus AI sentiment, the R-squared is 0.75. Anything over 0.7 is considered a strong fit, with a value of 1 meaning a perfect correlation. Lastly, before we move on, Hofstede's data doesn't include Saudi Arabia, which is why that bar is non-existent. Okay, so what to make of this finding? The more individualistic, the more anti-AI sentiment. Well, what does it mean to be individualistic? Joseph Henrich, a Harvard professor of evolutionary biology, writes of individualism. Imagine a psychology needed to navigate a world with few inherited ties, in which success and respect depend on 1. Honing one's own special skills, 2. Attracting friends, mates and business partners with these attributes, and 3. Sustaining relationships with them that will endure for as long as the relationship remains mutually beneficial. In adapting psychologically to this world, people come to see themselves and others as independent agents defined by a unique or special set of talents. In short, AI threatens individualists. Here's why. AI automates skills. Individualistic identity is mainly based on skills. We judge ourselves, we judge each other, we build relationships, and we build our self-esteem using our specialized abilities as a guide. Think about how easy it is for a once important relationship to fizzle out when one person changes jobs or quits a sports team, or even simply reaches old age. We live and die by our skills. Collectivist countries are different. Henrich writes, success and respect in this world hinge on adroitly navigating kin-based relationships. This means 1. Conforming to fellow in-group members. 2. Deferring to authorities like elders or sages. 3. Policing the behavior of those close to you but not strangers. AI enhances collectivism because AI generalizes people. By dissolving the value of specialization, artificial intelligence retribalizes people into in-groups based on obligations, responsibilities, and constraints imposed by customs. For instance, people in the Western world are often encouraged to move out of their hometowns to pursue specialized careers. If those specialized careers are automated away, it will be less popular and less acceptable to move away. People wouldn't be moving towards opportunity but would be moving away from customs. For collectivist peoples, AI is a tool for conformity and to police in-groups via generalization. AI is the ultimate sage. I think it's safe to say that AI actively hurts individualists more than it actively helps collectivists, but it does do both to a degree. I also don't think this generalization and retribalization is bad. In fact, I think it will make our lives more meaningful. Consider what specialization has done to meaning.
All economists will tell you that specialization is a wonderful thing when it comes to the productivity of the workforce. That's fantastic, except for in the area of meaning. Because if you're very, very specialized, you don't get a sense of your impact on the lives of other people. You are one cog and you are very separated from the end user of your efforts.
In my last video, I talked about how generalization will force us to reimagine our roles in society, and how those roles will be on the plane of entertainment as creators, artists and teachers. Except now we're not restricted to a small town. We have the whole world at our fingertips with the online global village. You get to see your direct impact, which provides the meaning specialism took from us, but without the dread of feeling closed off from greater society. Rather than focusing on artificial general intelligence killing us all, we could be focusing on how to reimagine our economy and our psychology in a highly automated world. They say AI has a high likelihood of being an existential threat to humanity. Instead, AI is likely an existential threat to your current individualistic identity, but an enormous net benefit for the collective of the human race. It means a lot to hear your thoughts. Please comment below. Subscribing to my channel helps a ton, and watching this community grow is exciting. I hope you have a great day. Peace.